What's up, beautiful Tauruses? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. My name's Annie. So happy to have you out there with me today. We are going to do a little tarot spread for you. I'm calling it sort of the May monthly tarot. These are messages that Universe, Source, Spirit wants you to hear during May. That doesn't necessarily mean everything's going to come in May, but as always, welcoming you to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. Ultimately, I ask, you're deciding on a soulmate, some of you, or maybe like a major accomplishment or milestone at work. Anyway, welcome you to come into this with an open heart and an open mind. Not everything in this reading will be your message, so please don't take it personally if it isn't. I think sometimes there's a misunderstanding that just because you strongly resonate with Taurus, that every message in this reading will be for you. It simply won't be, right? On YouTube, which is a huge platform, right? Pieces and parts of this will very likely resonate. I hope the whole damn thing does, but again, just set expectations early on. If it's not your message, don't be offended. Tune in next time or find another reader, etc., etc. But as always, everyone is welcome to listen in and see what resonates for you here, okay? That's my major spiel. Everything else about this video will be down in the description box below for you, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media channels. I am The Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram, as well as .com. I wanted to give someone a shout out, and I don't want to mess up her name. I think it's Christy Tarot. Sorry, let me look real quick. Let's see, Cryptic Christy Tarot requested to do the Taurus reading earlier. Thanks for the love, girl. I appreciate it. So ask and you shall receive. This one's for Christy. Hopefully something in here resonates with her, but if not, this is for the general Taurus collective. But always good to shout out my other tarot readers on YouTube, on Instagram, etc. It's about sisterhood and supporting one another, and so thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate that. All right, enough chitter chatter. I feel like I'm being chatty today. One more card for Taurus. All right, let's do it. So bottom of your deck, I was going to say, I don't mean to be a hype man with the cards, but something about soulmate energy here, instantly, I just like that came out of me, and I don't always see the Four of Wands that way, but the bottom of your deck is the Lovers and the Ace of Pentacles, so that feels good, but I guess my question would be, what are you resisting or denying or not wanting to see? Or potentially holding back on? I don't know if somebody's trying to make a formal commitment, and it could even be someone's giving you kind of like, not the silent treatment, but being rather distant, but it could be that they're planning a surprise party or a surprise engagement or something of that sort. But so then what's interesting though is that in between that, there's a little bit of heartbreak and the single lady. It doesn't have to be lady, the single person or whatever, but here's what I'm getting from this. There's some sort of formal engagement or party or, again, milestone, a celebration of sorts. Someone is planning quite secretly. They're not communicating about it. They're holding back, and they may even be at a distance. If it's not a physical distance, it feels like an emotional distance. The other party in this situation doesn't realize that it's actually good. Whatever this person is doing in like a, dare I say, like clandestine way, it's not third party cheater shit. It just isn't to me. This has to do with someone, it could be, this is going to be past Mother's Day by the time I post it, but it's something along the lines of like planning a surprise party. And because this is presenting as the 9, this is probably someone you've been in a relationship with for a while, but that 10th pentacle is indicating whatever you're waiting for, like that final celebration, that final ring, that final renewal of your vows, something like that. And I don't mean to immediately jump to marriage, but you have several cards indicating like not even the blossoming of a beautiful relationship, but pushing through, working through to make it even more beautiful and lush and abundant and creative. I mean, your card's coming up here, right? Which, it is the mother, right? Happy Mother's Day. Like, shout out to the mothers, by the way. I should have said that. So why is there this disconnect in the middle with someone is fearing the worst? I guess that's what I'm getting. It's like, why is my person all of a sudden being very shut off? It could be a Cancer you're dealing with. You may be worried that your Cancer has wandering eyes or that your person has wandering eyes. And again, I think there's a misunderstanding. Someone is almost too in their head about it. They're not actually seeing the forest from the trees. I just keep getting, if you fast forward a few weeks from now, this is going to make sense. Something about the thing is, it's sneaky behavior to you, but for a lot of you, it's not what you think it is. Overall, the energy here is quite positive. So The Eight of Cups. Yeah, a lot of you are fearing that your person is growing distant or cold towards you, and I just keep wanting to say that's not the case, but there is a little bit of, with the moon, there's a little bit of mystery surrounding exactly what your person is up to. Now, for some of you who are single, who don't have a person, one, I'm going to say this might not be your message this time. It could also indicate this might not be a romantic relationship if you feel like your brother or your mother or someone is being kind of distant and like not returning your texts or your calls the way they used to. Again, it doesn't really have anything to do with you needing to take it personally. They're working on some major accomplishment in their life, and I just keep getting, it'll all make sense later on. Something about eventually the fish will come right out of the water and it'll surprise you, but it'll be a nice surprise. Like, where have you been? Like, I've been thinking of you. This could also indicate a soulmate of the past that you haven't talked to in a while, that you both are thinking of one another. It's like your colors match, your vibe, your energy is the same. It seems like there's going to be a nice surprise that potentially heals a little bit of discomfort, or it could be pain or heartbreak. For most of you, though, this just feels like a little bit of worry or a little bit of concern about your person. And this could even be about your child, right? There's going to be some sort of, I just keep getting like a pop. The fish pops out of the water and reveals itself once and for all. And I'm just getting, it's a positive surprise. You're like, oh, there you are. Or the opposite, it could be something really big, right? Again, I'm not trying to be a hype man, but I don't know, making some sort of significant offer, a difficult, not necessarily a difficult, but a choice that took a lot of thinking, a lot of contemplation. Eventually that person decides to make an offer, right? With that pentacle, to extend their hand out and be like, Taurus, will you be my person? Or something along those lines, right? Yeah, it could definitely be a Cancer or a Gemini you're dealing with a High Priestess energy, as well as the Lovers. Yeah, something about a psychic connection or energetic connection. You guys do feel each other's energy, each other's vibe. It seems very beautiful. All right, so that's sort of what's going on romantically. For my totally single Tauruses, what can we tell the single Tauruses out there in terms of their love life, May into June? That could be a timestamp too, with the Gemini and the Cancer card coming up. It could be that something in Gemini season, it's going to spark some sort of like butterflies, something beautiful. Yeah, Lovers. Okay, so even if you are completely single, if everything I just said makes no sense, a Gemini is going to play a key role in your life, or the idea of relationships are going to start to come to the forefront in Gemini season, or again, maybe Cancer season, which would be end of June, early July. So, put yourself out there as much as you can. Be safe, right? We're all in quarantine, but hit up the apps because you have beautiful cards here. The Sun, the Empress, the Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. Yeah, you have a lot of great cards. So then I'm trying to view this from one other perspective before I move on to your career. A difficult decision about a soulmate. Okay, so some of you, if you are married and you may have already had a difficult decision about where do we stand in the future, and you, Taurus in particular, might be feeling like there might be something else out there for you. I think it would be good medicine for you to discover what it's like to live independently and on your own, and be, well-rooted, well-grounded, standing on your own 2 feet. But I actually think that you will probably end up returning to the person that you may take a break from. I absolutely see that with the cards here. With the Eight of Cups, you end up going back to the soulmate. So that's what I mean. Overall, it is very positive, and certainly before I get all the haters in the comments, I left his ass and I've never gone, okay, cool, that's your story. Don't make this your story then, okay, guys? One more thing about this Gemini Lovers card. For people who are single and looking, what else do we want to tell them about this Lovers card? I feel like we're going to get the same message. I can already sense it. The Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. So especially if you've already created a family, if there's a sense of legacy, if there's someone you have children with, you're probably going to end up making the choice of revisiting that, or at least making it something where you guys can get peacefully coexist together, raise the children together, even if you're not romantically connected. Could also, again, not to be a hype man, but your cards are so positive, Taurus. When those two come out together, sometimes if it doesn't have to do with marriage or divorce, it's like you just kind of hit the jackpot in love in terms of finding someone that at least now your energies match. There's a nice little vibe and connection here. So yeah, for some of you on the dating scene and looking, you may meet a person where it's like, damn, I hit the jackpot. Who dis? That's what that feels like too. Again, particularly a Gemini or maybe another Earth sign, another Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So, all right, so love looks okay. Love looks decent. Let's look at your career here. So then we have the Empress. So beautiful that your card is coming up here. It's a card of Taurus as well as Libra energy, the mama card, right? So this could indicate that you are stepping up to be maybe the leader in your position, in your business, in your company. You have mother and child here. I just heard mother and child reunion. So maybe you're taking a break from work so you can hang out with your mom, take care of your family, take care of your kids, and then go back to work. So this is actually saying some of you are working from home and you already have kids and you're trying to balance the two, right? Like, closing the bedroom door, be like, okay, mom needs to work now, and then you have your children in the back like, but we want to play. It's something really cute though, where it's really not driving you nuts. It's actually making you realize what's important in life. It's almost like a divine gift to be able to work from home, because it's almost a welcome distraction from being too in your head about, I got to get this done, and I got to do this by 9, and then it sets you off track or off course. But it allows you to refocus in on what's really important in life. And for you, Taurus, it's the relationships with either yourself, which is just as important, as well as with your children, or the opposite with your parents. There's a lot of family vibes and rebuilding, I heard, of the family structure, of the family dynamic. So it could be that if some of you grew up in sort of a shaky household, or you felt like you never really had those good solid roots, you may be reaching out to people you grew up with. It could be your parents, it could be foster parents, right? It could be anything. And yeah, but there's something about there's beautiful work being done on the family dynamic. So very positive. But what does this have to do with work? Well, let me tell you. Let's figure that out. Let's do something here. Let's take one card from this. What is this workers card about? You could be establishing some sort of business that involves family or children, something that would be useful to mothers, or working from home scenarios. You could be creating some sort of environment or electronic space for people who, I don't know, like working parents or something like that. You could be a teacher, you could work with children, you could be a healer, a nurse, something like that. You may be creating YouTube videos and tutorials on how to, I don't know if it's childcare, or I'm even getting something about doctor or nurse, medical demonstrations, if that makes any sense. I'm not really sure what to do with that, but it's saying, yeah, keep pressing on it, because it's going to be very youthful. It's bringing illumination to people who maybe were confused or cloudy about something. It seems like you're working on something that either makes people very happy, inspires them creatively, or allows them to connect with their own families in a really beautiful way. Yeah, the lamb. That's so maternal to me. This is like the little baby, the little child, and the deer. All this earth energy, so beautiful, you guys. So beautiful. I love it. Yeah, you're with your ilk. You're with you're with your little coven. You're with your people. You're with your soul family, your soul tribe. And even if you're not physically together in the same room, right? Even if you're in quarantine, energetically, again, there's such a connection here. When you think about that person, they think about you too. So again, this could be romantic, but this could also be just maternal or familial, right? Your family. It's also indicating that you have spirit guides around you, for me too, that they're watching you. Little totems, little things you place on your altar, or, it doesn't have to be an official altar, right? Your windowsill, your this, your that. Little memories that hold very significant importance about your heritage, about your ancestors, about who you are as a person, about who you used to be as a child versus who you are as an adult, male or female. There's something about those sentimental items have great weight and great value to your whatever you believe in, right? God, spirit, source. There's something about those. I heard potency, but something important about those little totems. So if you were at all into tarot reading or whatever mystical things you do, right? It's saying use those totems because they help you in some capacity. They connect you to Mother Earth. They connect you to your divine feminine side, or something about that. So tell me about those looking for new opportunities for work. What can we tell Taurus regarding new work opportunities? Some of you are right in the thick of it, and universe is just kind of giving you a thumbs up, yeah, keep doing it. Because I got to be honest, again, these are positive. It's yeah, you're crushing it, Taurus. You're in your energy and you're doing beautiful things. With children, maybe you're working with animals, right? That the baby riding a horse on horseback, right? Sunflowers are all about growth and creativity, turning your face to God, to spirit. Some of you are being asked to incorporate more of your spiritual side in your work. All right, so 10 of Wands and the High Priestess in reverse. So Okay, so yeah, some of you are sort of at your wit's end. This isn't for most of you. This is a different group of Tauruses. Some of you are at your wit's end and looking to put down the struggle of a very heavy burden, but there's something fearful about leaving behind the familiar. It's become comfortable. It's become a false sense of the comfort zone because you've always been carrying around this bullshit and this burden at work. You've always been treated like shit, so it's almost like you don't even know any other way to be. That's where this dawning of a new day and I think this illumination comes in, that you just weren't stepping into your power as the High Priestess. You embraced your role as being silenced from, the major corporation or whatever job you work at. Yeah, in reverse, I actually don't love this because it's like whatever work you were doing, weaving the web of the workplace, it was all going to support someone else's net worth, I'm hearing, or someone else's bank account. You weren't you were working like a slave, but it was all going to someone else. So I think the tables are turning. This to me is very much a card of stepping into your like entrepreneurship. So yeah, if you got your mind on your money and your money on your mind, that's what this feels like. I think at minimum, you guys are going to discover some sort of side hobby, particularly with sewing or needlework or thread or crochet or it doesn't have to be exactly that, but something that I'm getting, it's very like, is traditional the right word? Things that you would associate with like, pardon the stereotype, but almost like a 1950s housewife, like, oh, I'm going to crochet the pillows, I'm going to bake some cookies. But here's the thing, there's something really beautiful in that because it's this crucial life force. It's this crucial maternal energy that when you start participating in that, people naturally love it because it feels like you're taking care of them like you were their mother. Some sort of skill or a hobby or talent you have, keep pursuing that because there's money in it. And the more I look at this, yes, it's a connection with someone in the 3D and in your real life that you love. This is also spirit because you are Mother Nature. It's like something about the calling. You're hearing the calling from the animals, from the world around you. And yes, spirit guides are wanting to like bless this new business or this little side hustle or this idea that you have, because it's time for you to step in your power and start weaving your own web to support your own dreams, so that all the work you're doing at the end of the day, it's something that you're resting on and it's helping to support the growth of your own life, your own business, and your own like spiritual path. Yeah, I'm sort of getting that you're done being like a bitch to other people, right? And just kind of having to take it and be like, I'm sort of like, and I'm not shitting on this by any means, so please don't take offense to this, but I'm sort of getting like, especially with this whole like I don't know why I'm being called this like this 1950s retro, like, I'm thinking Mad Men, like women belong, behind the desk as like a secretary while men go out and earn the big bucks. It's almost like I don't know if reappropriating is the right term, but you're making that cool, but you're demanding your power back. So a lot of you are going to step away from the role of, oh, I'm just the desk secretary. And you're like, no, I fucking bake cookies, bitch. And like, I run my own business and I'm going to open my own cafe. Like do you understand what I mean? It's reclaiming the idea of like the 50s housewife where women were just like, oh, isn't that cute? But no, like it's lucrative. You're making freaking money off of doing this. It's not going to be immediate, but I think the idea is going to start. Well, I think you guys have already been thinking about it because your own card is coming up, but something about Leo season, you may see the fruits of the seeds you started to plant there. So keep working on that side hustle if that's at all, something that resonates with you. So final messages for my Taurus. Putting in the fight, 7 of Wands, absolutely. Even when you think you lose your footing, keep trudging, or keep trekking, is that the right term? Tenacity, strength, hang in there. This is like a warrior card. It's harnessing that fiery Leo energy, right? Because there's going to be naysayers. There's going to be people coming at you. This almost reminds me of like the angry mobs in Frankenstein. Like, who do you think you are with this like unique, different idea that we don't, it's like we don't approve, and you're like, well, bitch, that's your problem then. Like, sorry, I should stop saying that. I don't mean to be like so like, profane. I curse like a sailor. I have to remind myself not to do that, but it emphasizes it, that's what I mean. You're definitely channeling your masculine side to do something that is more traditionally seen as feminine, but it's like a beautiful merging of the two. I really like it. And maybe that's why this card is coming up. The masculine and the feminine side of our oneness of you, Taurus, right? Very cool energy. So then, turn and face the strange. changes. That's what I always see with the moon. You don't really know what's up ahead, but you hear the calling, the howling of the wolves, of nature, of those spirit guides calling to Mother Earth. Like, yes, come with us. This is good. This is where you're supposed to be. Yeah, I see, like, you're fleeing the castle. You're going through the gate. This says to me you're leaving, a lot of you, not all of you, you're leaving something or someone behind that was suffocating your own joy, that was suppressing your creativity. And when you do, those beautiful gates open, and there's a tinge of fear in going towards what's next, but I'm just getting what's next is really, really beautiful. Yeah, because you're freeing yourself from the devil. So this is almost saying to me, if you don't decide to do it yourself, eventually universe is going to nudge you in that direction. But unfortunately, that nudge is the Tower card, which is going to feel like a shitstorm. But the thing is, this is already dawning on you guys anyway. A lot of you are already thinking of, I am getting a move of some kind. It doesn't have to be like long distance, but something about a change or a restructuring or a reordering of something. For some of you, maybe you're adjusting to working from home and you've decided, hey, I can take care of my kids. Like, I'm going to work from home for the rest of my life because this is a good fit for me, right? And I'm not saying that's all of you, but you're changing the way you view something because you're walking away from the devil, something that kept you stuck, something that was denying you growth in your business and your career, or romantic life, right? Some of you may be leaving behind a Capricorn, or the opposite, going towards one, right? Maybe that's what's waiting on the other side of the gate. You have Pisces and Capricorn energy coming up here. Again, a little bit of Leo too with all this sun energy. Anyway, neither here nor there. But yeah, I think a lot of you are choosing to leave something behind because you finally recognize that it was a false sense of the comfort zone, and that's really what the Tower is, right? When you're in the darkness, you can't see the north light, right? You can't see the guiding star that is, your divine guidance, your spirit guides trying to call you out. So I think a lot of you choose to leave by free will, or at least I'll say this, like, roam around the neighborhood. You're no longer committing yourself to one job. You may be putting out applications, and it's probably in secret. And there might even be some sort of fear that you're going to get caught if you have to go interview while reporting into your other job. You'll find a way, Taurus. We've all been there. We've all had to do that. Just like, oh, I'm not feeling good. I think I'll take the afternoon off. And then you're like, I got to make it to my interview. Like, we've all been there, Taurus. It's about your life, right? In the grand scheme of things, it won't even matter, right? Because I don't think you guys are going to be at this other job that I want to be quite clear, that you don't like. So if you're at a job that you absolutely love, this probably isn't relating to that. That could be indicating something that you enjoy working on because it inspires you. It allows you to be creative. That's something you're going to continue to work on, and you're becoming like a boss lady or you're a boss man, right? I don't mean to make it a gender thing at all, but overall, really, really positive cards. I just keep wanting to show you these because they're so cute. They're so cute. All right, Taurus, that's what I got for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below if this resonates. I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye.